Hi, I'm Christy from CEO Inked Creations, and I'm going to be doing my first tutorial today. So bear with me, please. So today I'm going to go over making an Animal Crossing custom design using my iPad and the app Procreate. So I don't know about you, but I can't stand using the in-game controls to try to do a design in the custom designer. So I wanted to figure out how to do this on my iPad with my Apple Pencil because that's how I love to draw and using my favorite app, Procreate. So I'm going to go through my process to do that so you can do the same thing if you feel the same as me and want to make something outside of the game and then get it imported into the game. So to get started, I'm going to do a simple dark gray and black cobblestone path as demonstration, but you could design, whatever you're looking to design. So you can do this on an iPad or an iPhone using Procreate. So for the iPad, it's the regular Procreate app. If you don't have an iPad but have an iPhone, you can use Procreate Pocket. The process is going to be slightly different, but you can still get it done with the phone. I'm not going to really go over the phone today, but hopefully just going through it on the iPad, it should be close enough that you should be able to hopefully figure it out. So once your design is created, you'll be able to convert the picture that we make in Procreate into a QR code using another site and then get the design into the game. So the things you'll need today are an iPad or an iPhone, whatever you have that will work, and either your favorite stylus or an Apple Pencil, which is what I'm using, or you can just use your finger, especially with the phone since the Apple Pencil is not compatible with the phone and stuff. So I think for Procreate for the iPad is $9.99. It's a flat fee. It's totally worth it if you don't have it. It's an amazing art app to draw in. There's so much you can do with it. All kinds of brushes that are already on the app. It's just a flat fee. You don't pay for anything else. The developers actually launched a huge update a few months ago, and it was basically like a brand new app, but they didn't charge any more. It was just free to update, which was amazing because I would have paid for the update with all the new features. So well worth it if you like drawing, or if you're not maybe into drawing your own art but want to color. You could import coloring pages into the app and color those and make gorgeous coloring pages with the amazing brushes that are within the app. So I recommend getting that. If you're using your phone, you'll need to get the Procreate Pocket edition, which is, I believe, $4.99. So you can't do quite as much with that, and I haven't really used it very much, so I'm not quite sure, but a lot of people make amazing art with that as well and love it, and that one's a little less expensive. The other thing you'll need is the Bardot Brush Pixel Art Pack. This is a free brush pack that Bardot Brush has put out to make pixel art, and it's right here on her site. She also has amazing other brushes that do cost money, but they are wonderful brushes and you can do so much with them. So you should definitely check her out, but you can at least get the free brush set from her site to get started, and you'll make an account to buy the free brushes so you're not really buying anything and you can save them to your account. The other thing you'll need to do is get the Animal Crossing Switch app that you can link to your Animal Crossing game, and then you can scan the QR code at the end and then get that you go in the game and download it. So I'm not going to go over that process of getting that app and scanning because there's other videos and stuff on that, but I'm going to focus on making the design that's compatible with generating the QR code and getting it into the game. So I'm going to get started. So I'm going to open Procreate. And I do want to mention as I'm getting started is some of the items that I mentioned I'm going to put a link in the description. So the pixel art pack, I'll put a link in the description. I'll see if I can do it for the Procreate app and stuff. Another thing that I also did that I'll be talking about more in a second is I made color swatches for the Animal Crossing colors that are compatible with the conversion, because I found using random colors it just didn't convert properly. So I did make Procreate files for all the swatches that you could use, and that's a free download. I'll have a link in the description. If you also like this tutorial and are excited about it, you're definitely welcome to donate towards it. And that would be awesome, but you definitely don't need to. It can be completely free. So to get started, I've opened Procreate. I'm going to make a new canvas. So in the top right hand corner, I'm going to hit the plus sign, and then I'm going to make a new canvas by doing another plus in the top right rectangle, and we're going to make it 32 by 32 pixels. So and the canvas that's inside of the game is 32 by 32 pixels, so this is perfect for making your own custom design for the game, so that way it converts properly to be able to import it. So you can title your canvas, so you can just do pixel 32 or whatever that will help you remember what it is, so that way if you want to go grab another canvas for more artboards, you can just click on it without having to make it from scratch again. You don't need to mess with any other items, you can just hit create after that. So I also, within the color palettes that I made set, I also made a version of the canvas that you can also download and import if you don't want to deal with setting it up. So either way is totally fine, and that's free as well and will be with the color palettes. So now that I got my canvas, I'm going to go to the wrench at the top left corner, and then I'm going to click on canvas if it's not already selected, and then I'm going to choose drawing guide and edit drawing guide. So I'm going to turn the grid size all the way down. That's important, so that way we're only hitting like 1 pixel at a time for the brush when we're painting. And then I'm going to turn down the opacity to like 15% or something, just so it's not distracting. And you can change the thickness of the lines to also make it not as distracting if you want. You can put on whatever you want. You can also mess with the drawing guide color if you want and change it to all kinds of different colors. And then you can just hit done. So that's set up. So hopefully you've imported the brushes. So once you do, you can go and select the Bardo Pixel Art after you click on the brush icon, and then pick the Pixel Painter. So that's the only brush I'm going to be using today. I'm not sure if the shaders or whatnot will really convert well. I found that this worked really well, so that's what I'm going with right now. But you can definitely experiment. And then I'm going to click on the little color in the right hand corner, and then I'm going to be working with the Animal Crossing Gray color palette. And I'm going to go work in the second group, and I'm going to choose the bottom left hand gray to start with. And then I'm just going to start making some like stone shapes. You can mess around with like what sizes you want to do. I think bigger works a little better because when you're in the game it's obviously this like tiny square, so it'll show up better than like small, I found, because I've been experimenting with different sizes and shapes. So I'm just gonna color those in and make different shapes. I just dragged and dropped some color from the little color wheel, which is an easy way to fill some color. Or you can also manually color it in. I do both. So I'm just gonna make some varied shapes, and see this one I can just color it in. The pixel's pretty easy to color in, so I do that a lot too. You're just gonna make some different shapes that work for you. And I also try to leave a border kind of around, so it's like you have the full rock shapes. just because when they are going over the edges, like when you're putting them together in the game and they're lining up, it starts like merging the rocks and it can look a little weird. So I kind of like play with doing that. And if you don't like how any of the shapes turned out, you can also erase with the pixel painter as well. So if you actually click and hold on the eraser button on the top, it will match the brush that you're using. And then you want to make sure the brush size is all the way down. And if I didn't mention that for the paintbrush, same thing, you want it all the way down so it's one at a time. So you can just erase and kind of like adjust your shapes. And they're gonna look weird now because it's pixel and you're very like limited on where you can draw. But it looks, when you zoom down, it's gonna look better than it looks right now. So I'm gonna keep it basic, so that's, I think, pretty good. So now I'm gonna change the background color now that I have my shapes, and I'm gonna make it black. That's what I want to do, but you can choose whatever color you want. And then next I'm going to make a new layer by clicking the layer panel, and then I'm going to use a clipping mask, so that way what I'm drawing on this layer is only drawing on like the shapes that I drew before, so it won't show up if I go over the lines or whatever. So I'm going to change my color to a lighter color, so I'm going to do the top right hand corner gray that's in the second group. And I'm just gonna like paint over the sides. So this is gonna add some more dimensions and just make it look a little better once it's smaller, so it's not this like flat, weird shape. So then I'm gonna do a darker color now. So I'm gonna do the second group, the bottom center gray, the one that's darker than what we've used. And I'm just going to go over the other sides and do the same thing to add the dimension and just make the stones look better. So you can see now they look more like stones. And you can play around and like add more of the color palette colors and, try to add even more dimension and little reflections or whatever you want to do. I'm going to keep it simple for this, but you can, do whatever you want, or you might be designing something completely different. So I'm then going to go ahead and turn off my drawing guide. So I'm going to hit the wrench on the top left hand side. I'm going to turn off the drawing guide now so you can see it looks better without that. And now I'm going to save this image so that way we can move on. So I'm going to click the wrench again. I'm going to hit the share icon, and then I'm going to choose PNG. So it's important that you use the PNG file. That's the best one to use for this. And then I'm just going to save it to my files, and now I'm going to go back to my gallery, and I'm actually going to make a new canvas. So because 32 by 32 pixels is really small, so if you want to like share this image at all, it's not going to look good, or you're not going to be able to really see a whole lot. So because it was made on a 32 by 32 canvas, it's going to work well for the game, even if we blow it up to make it basically like a higher quality pixel art. And you can try to like play around with doing it on different sizes for like canvases and doing the pixel art strategy, but the 32 by 32 seems to like convert the best because that's the size that's made. When you start going up, it's not, hitting the same pixels, even though you can draw better because you have more options to draw on. So I'm gonna create or grab a 3000 by 3000 pixel canvas square. So I have this made, so I'm just gonna click it, but you can do the same thing we did before and make a canvas. And then I'm going to go to that wrench in the top left hand corner. I'm going to hit the add button, and I'm going to do insert photo, and I'm going to go and find that photo that I just made. and just kind of get it on there, fill the whole thing, and see it. It looked a little blurry as I was doing it, but once you hit it, it like clears up because the PNG file, and that looks better. And if you make it really small, you can see that's going to look like a lot better for the Animal Crossing game. So that's good. So now we're going to export the picture one more time. So you're going to hit that share button, PNG, and save image. And now we're going to go get the QR code. So I'm going to open a internet browser. I'm going to go to the site. So it's acpatterns.com. I'll have the link in the description as well. And on this site, it can be a little finicky on the iPad. It might be better on the computer, but I'm just doing this all through the iPad right now. You can click on the right hand side. There's the convert button, and it has like a little picture and a plus, and we're going to click on that. And then we're going to go to the photo library, and I'm going to select that one that we just did. I'm not going to do anything here. I'm just going to hit next. You can mess with these settings, but I think they're good how they are. And I'm just going to hit convert. And now you can see it on the like Animal Crossing pattern setup. So now on the left hand side, I'm going to hit the change button that's in green. I'm going to change the title. I'm just going to call it Gray Cobblestone. Call it whatever you want. And then the author is like the game author, so I usually use my game name here, which is Rogue Angel. And here it doesn't all fit, so I kind of abbreviate it. I'm not sure why. The characters are limited. Town is Campfire, which my daughter named. And it's a normal easel, so you can go in here and change these to like clothes and different things. So I haven't figured out how to maybe figure out a template to make it so I can design clothes on Procreate. I mean, you could use the 32 by 32 is what you would want to do, but as far as the different lines to show you like where the sleeves and stuff are, I haven't looked at that yet. So, but you could go right on this site and draw, whatever you want as well. So I'm just going to hit save. So that updated on the left hand side. So now we can generate a QR code. So on the right hand side on the bottom, there's the generate QR code button. So I'm going to click on that, and this makes the QR code. So it has a save image. I don't know if it does it better on the computer because I haven't done this through the computer yet. But I just take a screenshot because when I do the save image, it doesn't seem to work right. I'm not sure what it's doing, so I just do that, and then you can edit your photo and crop it however you need to get what you need. And then you can close out of that. And also there you have like a database of images people have designed, so you can publish your design as well if you want. So you can just hit this publish button, and it has the information, and then you can change path, and then you just hit save, and it's good. I'm not going to do it because I've kind of done it a bunch of times now, so I've been like spamming with my Gray Cobblestone. So I'm just going to exit out of that, so you can do that, and that's all you need to do. So the next step is just getting that app for the Switch and scanning it in with the code that you made from your phone. And then you go in the game and your custom designs, and there's like a download option, and there are videos out there that can go over that more if you need help doing that, but hopefully you can sort that out. So I hope this was helpful. Again, I'll have all the links in the description for everything you need to do this process, and for all of the color swatches or color palettes that I made that are Animal Crossing compatible with this site to convert, so the colors don't get crazy or wonky because of the conversion. So that will be free, or if you want to donate, that would be awesome as well. And feel free to reach out or make any comments if you have any trouble. And also, if there's any other tutorials that you'd be interested in me seeing if I could make, feel free to suggest that as well, and maybe I'll make some more. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.